Alright, this is the review for Geeky Tahm on his game 3 versus the Firecrackers. First thing we're going to look at is ball chasing. We're going to see how he did on boost. First thing I'm going to go to is, the pads. And Geeky Tahm is barely not meeting that 50 pad average I'm looking for. The 50 pad average is a good milestone for anyone, but specifically in the diamond range, that's really what you want to be going for. Big pads were good, no stolen big canisters, so I don't like that. Still spent too much time with zero boost, so try to eliminate that as much as we can by using the boost lanes and picking up pads. Looks like from these pads you were probably returning back post, hopefully, or maybe you're beelining for the 100 canister there. We'll soon be getting game, but let's go look at your movement real quick. Just on here, I wanted to check the power sliding. Yeah, you guys are power sliding a fair amount. Decent durations. Just making sure that you guys are quick turning and using power slide to recover. Look at your positioning real quick, and I just want to see your heat map. So this is your heat map here. You spent 80% of the time in the back and a little bit of time in the middle waiting probably for a shot. I like these lines that you can see here. These are pretty clear rotation lines where you're getting out and making a move towards a side boost or through pads in the middle, or here through pads. So I like to see that. That's really good. Alright, let's get into some gameplay. Alright, here we are. Let's see how you do. Good job, that's right where you want to be. Yep, and you hit the shot. Nice, good play. So right there when you're coming back, you really want to be hunting for these pads. You only get one pad. You could have had at least 3 at this point and made a much better play there. Right here you're rotating back on the same side as your teammates. When you miss this ball here, taking the corner boost wasn't necessarily the issue. It's right after that. So right here, you know you're not going to win the ball. You grab this corner boost, you should immediately just get beating back post, letting Plunger Hat know that he for sure has the ball, and then moving up once he does have the ball. Again, here is just a bad position to be in. You're trying to play towards your own net on the back wall here. Really just wanting to be moving to back post here, or trying to make a play across or over the net, rather than up in the 50 in the corner. So that was definitely your ball to take there. Young Dylan should have told you he was behind you. Good boomer, you took good time to get a nice boomer. Yeah, make sure you're rotating out cleanly here. You end up getting in a collision with Plunger Hat because you don't come back through all the boost pads and you cut to get that middle one. You're really going to want to be grabbing the 3 boost pads right here on your way back from that position. You could have grabbed these 3, then pull up back post, and you'll be in perfect position to make the play and not bump Plunger Hat. That's kind of why you guys get in an awkward save situation there. So you definitely want to call this way ahead of time so Young Dylan doesn't also go. It was your ball because you were in front of Young Dylan, but just make sure to call it. Good clear off the back wall. Make sure again to call it so that no one else goes up with you. Not a terrible try on the back wall, but just if you're not going to get it, don't do a desperate jump off and just come down. Drive straight down back to the ground and get back post. Okay, good job resetting here. Dangerous. Good clear. So at this point, you're 0 boost. Well, you probably have 1 or 2 pads. And young Dylan should be in your view frame right now. You want to be just trying to stay mid and gather up some of these pads and be playing the 3rd man position. Yep, that's what you went and did. You're retreating a little far back here, taking yourself out of the play. Yeah, so definitely there you could turn up field. Should have been pretty clear you could have played that. Maybe just wait a little bit and trust that you have young Dylan back. Again, communication, seeing a lot of double commits with young Dylan, so one of you two isn't talking. I know young Dylan was quiet this night, so just try to talk, you know, be more vocal to make up for his lack of communication if that's what's going on. A little far back here, you're kind of taking yourself out of the play, but you do get back in time. So you end up going up for this way late and having a young Dylan go up also because of how far back you went. You know, really for this you should be up right about now, looking to see if Justin's going to miss, and right when you could tell he's in a bad spot, you should have already been up. Good try though. Okay, right here, this is exactly what I wanted to see on getting back. Getting through those boost pads, but you miss those middle two due to a little wonky flip. So you're going to want to do the diamond, as Verge would say here. And if you get these 3 right here, and then come this way and flip through these 2, you'll be able to rotate back post while getting 6 pads. You try to end up making a save from the center goal here, which makes things quite a bit more difficult for you. So as you come back here, you should be back post. Young Dylan should have took a wider turn and grabbed this corner boost because he had plenty of time had you been back post. And you're pretty much both not in a position to make a play there. You're both in a really awkward position. Plunger Hat ends up getting a really nice 50 to save it. So that wasn't really your fault there on the bump. You are coming back on your back wall, which is okay. Right here, you should probably be a little more back wall, but you kind of needed that if he hit the shot. So just try to let your teammate know that you're coming in if you can, because you should be the one looking at Plunger there. Always remember when you're headed towards the ball and your teammate's coming back, most likely they have ball cam on and cannot see you, but you can see them, so you need to make the effort to try to avoid them. Be sure to take a little more time on these and get a little better clear. At this point, you're jumping up in the air for this when there's no one anywhere near challenging this. You could have just caught this and dribbled it straight down middle and looked for a pass over to Plunger Hat, or hit it up on the wall above Super Duper and done a self wall pass. So right here, I'm hoping you stay back post. Yeah, so right here, you're in a really bad position. There's no one immediately threatening, but this is a really tough spot to make a save if the ball had been hit at you. We're going to go back and look at this actually one more time, too. So look where you're at right now. The amount of area you can save is literally only if the ball doesn't get hit at this angle towards the net. So you can only save it if it's in, like, right off the post, maybe right into you. So this is what you really want to be careful of. I want to see you in this position here, looking out if you're going to be in net. Otherwise, be parallel to the back wall here. Just right here, you should be able to recognize that Plunger Hat has it. Dylan should be saying he's back at this point. So at this point, you should be moving up center field right now when you see that Plunger Hat has the ball. So you should definitely have been playing this ball and stealing it, which you did in due time. Not a bad rotation there. Definitely want to be playing that on the bounce for a boomer power clear. This is just something to work on, just getting these reads. I know you probably thought he was going to shoot it. Right there, you need to be careful. You're coming back ball side again. So right after you miss that play there, probably could have backed up just a hair and grabbed this full boost, and then look to rotate out this way through pads to get back post and not interfere with your teammates' play up the field. Right here, you're really close to young Dylan. Pretty much just trying to play the ball he just passed to himself. Just give him space, let him do what he's going to do, even if he didn't have the best touch. At that point, you had full boost, so you could just wait middle and let the other team pass it to you, as they're most likely not going to get a big clear. Yeah, you could have been just waiting middle for this and boomed it on net, or just boomed it back at him. Way to hold off on that. Hopefully young Dylan called you off. Be careful following stuff like this, because when young Dylan's coming off the back wall to clear this, he's flipping towards this corner, so he really has no choice but to follow this ball, and you are the last man right now. So if you just let him continue on here, he'd be able to grab that corner boost and get the 50 pretty much just like you did. But now he's 0 boost and last man. So right here, you're probably hugging the wall a little too much, but good choice to back off here. Just try not to pull past back post. You're probably going to go in net and turn around. Yeah. You end up getting a good clear. That net whip around is really where you get caught, though. If a boomer gets shot on net and you're trying to whip around in net, you're really going to get caught off guard and have a really tough time trying to make the save. Right here, I'm not sure if you had ball cam on or off. You win the ball upfield, and you get the corner boost here. At this point, you'd actually want to be rotating the other way across net looking for the bump. You should be probably trying to bump beer lives here, if you could, and clearing out that way and maybe stealing the other corner boost from him. Yeah, because you're pretty much just cutting plunger at this point, and then again returning ball side and almost 50ing young Dylan and confusing plunger. And you end up with all three of you guys in the same quadrant here, and that's because you weren't rotating out to the other side. Had you rotated out to the other side, this corner boost has been up the whole time. You could have had it, and you could be waiting over here for possibly something off the back wall to you, or maybe a teammate will clear it out. Yes, this is something you definitely pick up if you're playing the middle 3-man position. Good idea here to push up with your teammate when you see he's in trouble. Good pass. So this is a situation where it's okay to return on the side you're returning on because of how quick the play is being played downfield. Plunger Hat kind of took himself out of the play here. You would have liked him to be there to save it. But overall, not terrible. You just need to let young Dylan know you're taking the ball so he can try to get back before Plunger Hat even went back. Work on those half flips too. Okay, you cut off Plunger Hat here. I'll try to see whose time it actually was to go. Yeah, this is you. Plunger Hat, I remember this now. He turned back, signaling that he was coming back, and he pretty much faked you out here. So, no issues there. Definitely call this ball, though, so young Dylan doesn't play it like that. You guys end up hitting the nice pass anyways, but just make sure to be vocal. Maybe young Dylan called you off of it. So be really careful right here. This is a last man challenge you're doing right here. So this is like you have to 100% hit this ball not in front of your net. Even if you make contact with this ball, you're most likely going to knock it into this outside wall and back center. So it's probably a bad idea to go for this. You could have grabbed 3 or 4 pads and just waited back post to see what this guy's going to do. He doesn't look like he has a shot, but we'll see. Yeah, so unfortunately, he did have a very weak shot on net here. That ends up going in because you were the last man there, and that was a last man challenge. So just be wary when you're last man, and don't force anything. Your goal is to buy your teammate time to get back, and you're only going if you're going to for sure get the ball, or you have to make the save. This is just unfortunate right here. I'm going to play this back and watch from the other side. So, good idea. If you're going to do this, don't go for the corner boost until you're sure you have boost or can play the ball. Probably should just be up on this trying to play it and trying to get a 50. End up getting a bad touch. At this point, when you get that bad touch, instead of going in reverse up the wall, unless you're going to reverse and jump off the wall forward, which I'll show you how to do in a second, you're going to want to just drive forward and get back post, and then Plunger Hat will have a shot at this, and then you'll have a shot of it instead of being there and kind of 15 Plunger Hat. So real quick, we're going to go into free play, and I'll show you what I mean about backing up the wall and jumping off. Isn't really a orthodox move here, but can surprise your opponents, and you can get some surprisingly good clears. So what you're going to want to do is be backing up and then jumping off and out, and you'll see that you can generate quite a bit of free lift with almost no boost here. So that's the gist of it. If the ball's coming at you and you're trying to do that, choose your flip. Just really good in those situations where you end up really awkward over here, or you get knocked backwards and you have a chance to just be able to back up the wall and jump off. But yeah, that's it. Mostly for you, you actually didn't do too much wrong. There's just a couple back post rotations, and just, you know, same thing, returning ball side, and just trying to pick up more pads and increase your speed. Alright, GG's tonight.